Hi everyone, I'm JDu907, and you probably know that I share a channel with a bunch of other users and call it WolverFragDu907, where I do weekly news reports. So when I was doing research for this week's news, I found this one story which I was going to talk about, but then I thought about it more and I realized it's actually a lot more suited for a kind of political rant thing, which I usually do on here instead of there, so here it is. I assume you all know what McDonald's Happy Meal toys are, and you might know that right now McDonald's is doing Happy Meal toys based on Marvel Comics characters, which some parent group has really got a stick up their ass about. They call themselves the Campaign for a Commercial-Free Childhood, and their stated mission is to reclaim childhood from corporate marketers. So right off the bat, you can tell that this is a website for soccer moms, and kind of inept ones as well. Now, I hate advertisements as much as the next guy. But that doesn't change the fact that no matter where you go, you're going to end up finding them somewhere. I mean, even if you become fucking Amish, you're still going to be riding around on your buggy someday, then you're going to see this really big billboard that says, Tampax Pearl, the greatest tampon of all time! But as an expert on Marvel Comics and eating shit that's bad for me, I'm going to read this article that they wrote about it. It's hard to believe, but McDonald's Happy Meal toys have hit a new low. You know, when you reach the level that McDonald's has reached, I don't think it's physically possible to hit a new low. Hell, if we're gonna be honest, the entire human race is basically divided into 3 camps. 1. People who just love McDonald's regardless of what they do. And that includes people in third world countries. I mean, they'll eat any McDonald's they can get their hands on. 2. People who despise McDonald's and think every McDonald's CEO is going to burn in hell for eternity. 3. People who know that McDonald's is pretty horrible, but they eat it anyway. Really, I don't think there exists a corporation that is both more loved and more hated than McDonald's. The fast food giant's latest giveaway for preschool boys features 8 Marvel comic action figures. I never really thought of Happy Meal toys as a giveaway. It's more like, you have to buy our shitty food to get our shitty toy. 1. The Human Torch is a man engulfed in flames. I want you to look at this orange hunk of plastic. Do you think any kid is going to try to set themselves on fire because of it? Well, probably yeah, but only because their parents raised them to be fucking idiots. Another, The Thing, menacingly roars, "It's clobbering time!" at the press of a button. I'm pretty sure the voice box for that thing is like this big. It ain't gonna roar, and it ain't gonna be menacing. But more importantly, no one says clobber anymore. I mean, maybe some people will say it every now and then, but I don't think there are any gangsters going around like, LaShawn still ain't paid me back. Time to clobber that punk-ass bitch. The only time I think I've ever heard the word clobber is either coming from The Thing, or I think one of the Charlie Brown specials. So really, are you that scared that your kid is going to repeat this word that was tame about 50 years ago? Tell McDonald's its toys are pressing your buttons. No time is clobbering time for preschoolers. Wow, took you 5 whole minutes to come up with that one, didn't it? It's bad enough that McDonald's relentlessly uses junk toys to sell children junk food. I don't know, I think that's pretty damn brilliant. It's awful that this giveaway continues the troubling trend of fast food restaurants promoting toys linked to violent PG-13 movies. 1. It's based on the Fantastic Four comic. 2. The last Fantastic Four movie was rated PG! And it's terrible that McDonald's, the leading distributor of toys in the United States, relentlessly perpetrates the worst gender stereotypes with its Happy Meal giveaways. During the current promotion, boys get violent action figures with their burgers and fries, while girls are offered cutesy animals that bizarrely come with handbags. Are you angry because the little boys got these horrible violent toys? Or because the girls didn't? But now, for preschool boys, a so-called Happy Meal at McDonald's features the horrifying spectacle of a man on fire and a menacing figure that explicitly spurs them to violence. This is a spectacle, this is menacing, this is bullshit. And really, when I think of explicitly spurring someone to violence, I think of, "Motherfucker, I'm going to kill you!" I don't think of some outdated early 60s catchphrase. The fast food giant claims that getting a toy is just one part of the fun family experience at McDonald's. Okay, I added that last part in, but you can tell they were implying it. But in all seriousness, I am actually curious. Did you get McDonald's to say that in response to this? Or did you just read that off the bag that the toys came in? Clobbering time is McDonald's idea of family fun. It's time to steer clear of the golden arches. I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, but reading a comic book and beating the shit out of someone are two very different fucking things. Article ends, and I was actually kind of disappointed by that. I was expecting them to talk about the Silver Surfer figure and how it'll make your kids paint themselves silver and jump off of your roof while riding on a snowboard. Because you know what? That one is actually plausible. See, what the person who wrote this article doesn't understand is that their son has a penis. Now, I certainly don't want to overgeneralize, but in most cases, the penis makes its owner crave violence. That's not to say that your son is born a homicidal maniac. The cravings usually start out small, like, I want to play Mario, or I want to watch Power Rangers. But if these cravings aren't met in small doses, then your child will grow up with more, and more, and more cravings until they eventually reach their teenage or adult years and become fucking idiots who will risk their lives. Maybe they'll jump off your roof, maybe they'll perform illegal street races, maybe they'll join a gang. No matter what, they're going to do something retarded and blame you for it. So for your child's sake, let them find out about clobbering time now, or they'll find out about it the hard way later.